Hey, what's going on, guys? Kitsune TCG here, back with another video. Today I thought I would show off what I've been testing for a Fluffle deck. Obviously, the deck could really use some more support. I mean, I know I got some support a few years ago, but even just in the last few years, Yu-Gi-Oh has changed so much that it really needs something just to kind of compete in the modern game. But I just thought I'd kind of show off what I've been working with. The deck is still pretty fun. It has a lot of things that you can kind of do with it, and quite a few different lines. Just obviously depends on what you're kind of working with on a hand as far as like what exactly you're able to do. But for the most part, it is pretty consistent. 3 Fluffle Penguin. This one is obviously just great. Being able to summon out another Fluffle from hand if it's on field. The draw 2, discard 1. And then just being able to help you make a Omni Negate in Toad is fantastic. 3 Fluffle Dog. This is obviously just a way for you to search out whatever Fluffle card you need. Usually you're just trying to grab Penguin. 3 Bear. This obviously gets you Toy Vendor. Plus it sometimes can get you the Polymerization if you do happen to get it out on field, which it sometimes happens. 2 Wings. This you could definitely, I could see cutting down to 1. This is a 41 card list, so you could just cut it down to that if you want to be at 40, or you could add in one other card wherever you need. But I liked the 2. I like just having a little bit easier access to it, for like any future turns. 1 Dolphin. Don't really need to play more than 1. It's easily able to be searched out in the midst of like your combo, and you really obviously just need to play it mainly to go into Toad. 1 Sheep, 1 Octopus. Just kind of little things here that can kind of come up. Obviously, Sheep can just summon itself. 3 Chain, this is obviously the main one that you need. Just being able to get into any of your Fright Fur spells. 2 Scythe, just again something else that you can kind of do on your opponent's turn, maybe a little bit of interruption there, but sometimes it just ends up being a little bit of a name. And then the 1 Sabers, and it's obviously just useful for a few of the fusions, plus it can help you rig your Toy Vendor. 3 Patchwork, getting you access to a Poly in one of the edge gems is perfect. 3 Toy Vendor, and 3 Foolish Burial Goods, so you're pretty much always going to see Toy Vendor, one way or another. And that search is definitely going to help you kind of just do whatever you need to do. Only need 2 Poly. Again, between everything else, you're able to search it out pretty easily. The 1 Fright for Fusion, and then the 1 Fright for Repair. These are sometimes the things that you grab off of Chain. Usually you're grabbing the Fusion, and I'll kind of go over what exactly the combo looks like there. 3 Ash Blossom, 2 Nib, and then 3 Imperm. You can maybe go for a little bit more consistency cards, or, I've tested out maining Super Poly, but you can definitely do. It really just kind of obviously depends on like what you want to do, but I think you do have about 8 to 9 if you take out like one of the wings like spots for hand traps, and I think this deck still stays pretty consistent. But this is kind of just what I've been working with for right now. Let me just go ahead and show off the extra deck, and then I'll show off like a quick combo from there. Alright, and then just kind of quickly going over the extra deck here. I do run probably a little bit more of a Fright Fur engine than I've seen most people, but it has some use, so I do like it. You could obviously change out some of these things depending on like locals as well, but I do like the 1 Fright for Tiger, just being able to use this as like a ghost second. You can pop as many things as obviously you use fusion materials. That can be pretty useful. 2 Kraken. I don't see anybody playing Kraken, and I understand why. It's not great. Obviously, being able to target send a monster your opponent controls is okay. It's not great. Really, I'm just using it for its level, and I'll kind of show that off where and why. 1 Sabertooth, again, same thing. Being a level 8, plus it can bring back a Kraken that you use. Sometimes can come up to be exactly what you need for a rank 8. 2 Cruel Whale. This is obviously the main one that I see most people play and that you really need to play. Just being able to be a kind of pop is pretty good, especially just because you can go into it with Scythe, pop this, protect it with Scythe, or, whatever you kind of need it to use for. But it's definitely pretty good. My super poly targets in the side are going to be Muddragon and Garura. Toad, and you can make that through Bahamut Shark. A Baguska, this is really just there if your plays get stopped. Just, you know, something that generically not a lot of decks like to run into, so if you need to, ending on that is not the worst. The number 38 Hope Harbinger, if you want a spell negate. This is definitely a pretty good one to end on. I don't have one. I should have one coming in soon, but the number 90, I think, is another one here, and that's mainly what you're using the Kraken and the Sabertooth to go into. Just a, you know, pretty good monster negate that you can end on as well. Gives you some flexibility depending on like what exactly you're going against. Cross Sheep, and then into Appaloosa. Again, a few more monster negates you can end on. I'll kind of show you off what you can expect to look like at an end board. But yeah, let me just kind of go over that then. Just finishing shuffling up here. And we'll go ahead and see if we can't show off a good test hand. Goods, Chain, Ash, Toy Vendor, Patchwork. Okay, so let's see what we can do with this. It's honestly not bad. We have a few things we can really do. First, go ahead and start with Goods. Send Toy Vendor. Let's grab Dog. Patchwork. We've already got Chain. So we should grab Sabers and a Poly. Let's see. Normal Dog. Dog can grab us Penguin. We can go Penguin plus Sabers. That's just going to get us draw 2. Just need to discard 1. We can discard Chain. Chain will grab us Kraken off of Fusion, and then the Chain discard. We'll take Fright for Fusion. Not too bad. We already have access to quite a lot of what we want to do here. Alright. So we can go and activate Toy Vendor. From there, put Penguin on top. Bring back Sabers. Link these two for Cross Sheep. We can go Toy Vendor, discard. I think we can maybe even keep the Ash, get rid of the Sheep. Sheep would just be a free special. We don't really need free special. Yeah, just gonna discard the sheep. Show penguin, special penguin. And then if only we had access to wings, could have gotten a little bit further on this. It's not quite the complete one here, but we can go fusion, banish, chain, and then I guess just sheep. Bring out other kraken, cross sheep, bring back penguin, overlay, Bahamut shark, grab us toad. Oh, actually, no. If we do get rid of the ash, keep the sheep, we do actually need the sheep. So yeah, get rid of the ash. Just fine, that just means we can banish the dog. Because then we would have the 4 materials we need for Appaloosa. Yeah, by that. Let's have Appaloosa. And then overlay, and then it's just your pick of whether or not you want the spell trap or an additional like monster negate. So not bad. Pretty much is your inboard. Sometimes you can end with like at least like 1 card in hand, but a lot of times you are doing a lot of discarding. So like I said, the hand traps are nice, but going first, a lot of times they do end up just being your discard fodder. Really, they're only in there just to try in some way slow down your opponent. So when you go second, you know, you're drawing into your 5th card again. So not a big deal by getting rid of just like 1 card usually. So I just like having those in there just to be able to try and put them off of like their best inboard, and usually a deck can kind of play through it. But yeah, overall, that is what you're just trying to do. And yeah, I really like it. You don't really end up with anything Fluffle on board, but you know, it's still a pretty fun deck overall. But yeah, let me know down below what y'all think, and I will see y'all next time.